I'm Adam Niffen.
No, I'm Jeremy Cocaine.
This is Smith Welding Restoration. Nothing to add to that?
Well, it's where we work. It's what we do. We make things pretty.
Alright folks, it's been a minute since I really kind of showed you around what we got going on over here in Johnston. We've taken time lately to try to get some shit squared away. We're a long ways from what I'd call upstanding and proper and everything where we want it, but kind of show you how we got shit organized out, okay? Oh hell, got our big overhead. So you kind of can see, this is our main thoroughfare. Those cars we drive in and do like a 3-point fucking turnaround and get it over there. That's Jeremy's box there. We got a furnace that we just need to get rid of. It was passed to us. Miscellaneous material. We don't really have a good spot for that steel pipe yet. This is pretty much our cabinet that we have all of our buffing and cleaning supplies in. Buffing pads alike, our parts department, really, pop pins and a lot of those things are there. I went ahead and cut these legs down to fit this sloped floor. That stuff's up there real nice. Built most of this out of, the wood anyhow, we built most everything out of salvage, scavenged, scrounge materials. Big cabinet, that steel door slaps down over that. We got strainers and shit up there. Strainers, gun parts, masks, Ziploc baggies, gloves. Down here in these we have all of our like wet sanding goods, Scotch-Brites, a bunch of throwaway items. Mask paper, detail we'll keep, some cheap spray paint for guide coat. It works good for us. Now you can see that little guy, I gotta fix it. I actually gotta reinforce inside. I'll probably run one in the middle too when I get a chance, and put washers and just screw these in, because it's handy to roll shit around the shop on. These are old 9-pound wire spools, 10-pound wire spools for the MIG welder. Jeremy put them up there for his cord. Okay, so this is just kind of a tour around, show you what we do to maximize minimum space. To do what we're gearing to do, we need twice the space we have now, 4 times what we started in. Minimum. Just is. So let's continue our tour through. I built these today. I just used subfloor glue or seam seal. Same thing, use the seam seal and construction stapler. Staple these together. So we can make tabletops. We can make tabletops out of our carts. I built this. Again, this is all scrap shit we've scrounged. 4 of my big jack stands, the other 2 that's under the money will go there. Blocks for cribbing, jacking, whatever. A couple batteries, good batteries. Little jack stands. We put our little sawhorses up there on some hooks. These big fucking purlins, whatever, were here when we got here. That shelf was actually on the floor right here to level it all out across here. Those shelves we scrounge, a buddy of mine scrounged for us. It's pretty much our parts. We got some 2x6s up there to lay shit out on. We've got more PVC for our air hose, and I got some more steel stock up there. Projects that were supposed to have gotten done. I think I got to call the owner, just tell him to come get his shit. Let's see. Everybody knows the mud trolley. Welding table. All I have on here is 16 gauge steel, and I've actually busted the welds loose since I built it, but whatever. It works for what it does. I got the plasma cutter there, a box of C-clamps. you've seen around the mud trolley, you kind of know what's going on there. Rolls, file paper strips. I got a little cubby here. I cut up boxes and use them. I put a partition in it. Let's see. Put these on. These are technically for mud paddles, but it works for our roller 400. It's an old toolbox the lid fell off of, so I welded it on there and it fits these buckets perfect. Underneath there, I went ahead and put a roll for a setup for paper and tape. I mounted this little vise here. Took care of that. That's small jobs. It's a pile of shit, but it works for small jobs. All my welding clamps I snap on there and a couple pair of vise grips. That's the vise I need to get mounted up over here. I haven't done it yet. Maybe another day. This is a lot of miscellany. Rattle cans that we don't use every day. All of our Vico fasteners go in here. Our PB blaster for crunchy shit. Those are all bolts and washers and shit. Wood screws, sheet metal screws in that tub. And I see more like your mechanic shit over here, plus our Vico fasteners. Carburetors, carburetor graveyard. That is the carburetor right there. That's an Edelbrock. In perfect condition, it will go on the G20. Parts, pieces. I keep those spools, see? I'm keeping those spools so I can use them. Halogen lights. Down here we have, that's mostly carburetor shit between those two, some sandblasting stuff. Machinist box. I keep this pretty much so I can stand alone over here. I've got a bunch of old punches and files and scratch-alls. All my measuring tools. I got 2 tape measures that need to go up in here. How long has it been since you've seen one of these? That thing's old. That was my great uncle's. Everything else, it just kind of falls to disparity after that. Drill bits. I got 2 nice indexes, and then just a smattering of whatever else it takes. I got some easy outs. That's all my taps and dies. Oh well, not all of them. And all the other miscellaneous shit I use in machining. I got power tools and overflow. This setup's real nice here. It's out far enough. This doesn't get in the way. That's out far enough. I can move it anywhere I want on the table for the chop saw. You know, and we set up everything back here. We got it off the mud trolley. We set up all of our grinding and welding supplies back here. Storage, those are tires off the Monty. More storage we haven't done anything with. This was given to us by one of our patrons. This was the shelf that was taking up too much room. I got all the parts that were in the Monty, for the Monty that were on here, in the trunk, so I'm going to move them over here, separate them out, and sort them. We can slide our welders back here now. I've got an antique tripod, pipe vise, awesome. I'll probably mount that to the bench. Material storage, scraps. There's our junk that we're going to scrap out. Scraps. More material storage. That's our whiteboard. That's our projects and my children's drawings. I went and actually wrote in Sharpie stuff we need. And then I've got allotted hours, the tasks involved, the project, and target date, so forth, so on. I haven't updated it in a while, have I? I gotta get to that. That's all my sheet metal storage back there. The can. I built a big hook. Got a big heavy 10 gauge drop cord. My welder, my big 220 welder, and the plasma cutter don't pull more than 30 amps, so I'm solid there. It's 10 gauge, it can pull 30 amps. Our big compressor, showed you that off already. A place for a pressure washer. Our very unimpressive sandblast cabinet. My toolbox, and then the shelf above it. It's just chock full of odds and ends, stuff that, you know, car parts and stuff that I haven't really found a place for yet. Those sawhorses over on the hills too. I figured I'd check in. It's always interesting to me to see how people utilize their space. I hope this spurs some guys. One, it's not terrible for insurance that you've got some of this. I mean, I didn't do a toolbox tour. That would take us, we'd have a 2-hour video and you guys would be bored to tears before the end of it. Expensive toolboxes filled with Harbor Freight tools. Well, not totally, but more true than not. I want to see the gadgets you build, fixtures you build to make your life easier, organization, so forth, so on, in the shops that you guys work in, for safety, for ease, for for your PhD, piled higher and deeper. I want to see kind of what's going on out there, see if there's something I can improve on my layout. I mean, I'm maximizing minimum space here, folks. So I implore all you guys out there in the shop, kind of show us around, show us how you organize stuff, how it is you cram 10 pounds of shit in a 2-pound box. Till then, take care. Wow, made it in a video. Thanks for checking in. Come back to the next one. See what the hell we do next time. Subscribe, comment. Find us on over on the old Facebook, Smith Welding Restoration LLC on Facebook. Numbers at the beginning. Have any questions? Call.